This morning, we want to talk about some of the financial scams that target seniors, and to help us do that, we're joined by Detective Steve Moe. He's with the Sheriff's Department's Financial Crime Unit. Steve, good to see you this morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
So, you work your whole life, you have your nest egg to help you through retirement, and I would imagine that makes you a bigger target.
Well, it really does, and the scammers understand that a lifetime of hard work and financial prudence leads to a life savings, which actually amounts to something, which is one of the reasons why they're targets of scammers.
Mm-hmm. And also, some seniors, of course, as they get older, aren't perhaps thinking as clearly as they did when they were younger, which is another attractive thing to a scammer.
Yes.
Tell us about some of the common scams that are out there.
Well, there's a few of them that we see over and over. One of the most common ones is what we call the grandma scam, where a person who is unknown to the senior citizen initiates contact, usually through a phone call, and tells the senior citizen that their grandchild is in trouble, is in legal trouble overseas, and that they need immediate financial help for legal bills, bail, what have you.
Do we know how these scammers, because generally they're strangers, right, that are making these stories up, how are they getting these numbers to begin with, to know that they're a senior?
Well, first of all, unfortunately, our information is out there. Yours is, mine is. You know, in today's world, things like our names, our addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, account information,
right.
It's all out there. And these scammers know how to locate and harvest this information and use it to perpetuate their scams.
Okay, so one is call, say you got a grandkid that's in trouble, play on their sympathies.
Exactly.
And they're going to want to help their grandchild out, of course.
Yes.
What's another common approach?
Well, another common one is to contact somebody, again, it's through some sort of electronic means, whether it's a phone or an email or what have you, and let the person know that there's a warrant for their arrest. They, usually for some rather trivial matter. They could say you didn't show up for jury duty, you didn't pay some parking tickets, and now you have to settle this right away.
Oh, the actual person that they're calling, they're telling this to.
Yes.
You're in big trouble. I actually received that call one time.
Did you?
Yes, and I asked the guy, now, of course, doing the stories, I'm a little bit more savvy about it.
Of course.
And I said, well, we certainly have to take care of this. Why don't we meet in person, and I can give you all the information that you need. And the guy kept saying, no, we can't meet. You need to send it. This is how it needs to work out. And finally got very frustrated, and he hung up.
Well, and that is an approach. And it's important to know that no official law enforcement agency or court is ever going to contact you by telephone and tell you that you need to pay the money immediately. These things are all handled through the courts. There's a whole procedure that goes through, and it's not going to be happening through a phone call.
What do you tell seniors that sense that this may be a scam on the other end of the line? What should they do?
Well, I mean, the simplest thing to do is hang up. Sever the connection. Hang up the phone, delete the email. If it's a suspicious-looking letter, you can shred it. And once that contact is broken, there's nothing more the scammer can do.
Oftentimes we know the phone number now that we receive a scam call from. Should they pass that on to the police department, or is that not going to lead anywhere?
Well, no, it's all good information to have. It's very easy for scammers, unfortunately, to spoof phone numbers and, have a number that's not the real number, even have a caller ID that comes up that says Sheriff's Department. And that's all good information to have, though, because it may provide a link to other cases.
Detective Steve Moe, thanks for making us more aware this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Very much appreciated. Yeah, good to